Hello beautiful, my name is Midi and welcome to my channel. My channel is all about loc life, self-development and a little bit of YouTube video content. I'm going to be talking about 10 loc mistakes that you should avoid and why you should avoid them. Alright, okay. Number one mistake is loc comparison. Avoid comparing your locs to another. Why? Because the other person you are comparing your loc with is likely to have a different hair density. If that is the case, then her loc is going to appear differently from your own. Alright? If she had started her loc with a different length of hair, like let's assume you started your own with 4 to 6 inches of hair and she started hers with 6 to 10 inches of hair, definitely it's going to appear different. Another reason being that the texture of hair might be different from yours, and of course that will make it to look different from your own. A kinky textured hair will appear different from a fine soft textured hair. Alright, the person is likely to have been carrying her loc for a while and then it's going to appear matured, very fine and beautiful. Okay, if you compare your loc, it's only going to make you to feel unsatisfied with what you are carrying. Number two mistake that you should avoid in your loc journey is not moisturizing your loc and your scalp properly. If you don't moisturize your scalp properly, it could lead to dryness of your scalp, and dryness of your scalp could cause scalp irritation. If your loc are not properly moisturized, it could lead to dryness of the loc, and dryness of the loc will lead to hair breakage. Your loc could start to break, alright, and it's going to appear quite unhealthy. Number three mistakes that you should avoid is using too much product on your loc. Too much product on your loc could cause build-up, and when there is build-up in your hair, it's going to cause blockage of the pores on your scalp, and if the pores on your scalp is blocked, then it's going to slow down your hair growth, and eventually the locs appear as if they are not growing, and they could appear quite unhealthy as well. Number four mistake that you should avoid is conditioning your loc too soon into your loc journey, like shortly after the locs were installed. At this stage, the hair are not yet blocked. Whatsoever method that you started with is still going to appear very visible, and if you condition your loc too early, soon after installation, then the locs are likely to come loose quite often, and that is quite disturbing. Believe me, it will slow down the locking process. Your hair is going to bunch so fast and it's going to lose quite often, and then you don't want to start worrying over that. Okay, number five loc mistake that you should avoid is not washing your locs regularly or washing it too often, like you're washing your locs every other day or every day. This is going to cause a whole lot of frizz, and this is what leads to the ugly stage that people talk about. Of course, you cannot avoid the ugly stage, but it is advisable that you try as much as possible to reduce the rate at which your loc frizz. And if you don't wash your loc regularly, then you're going to have a lot of build-up in between, and this will result to unhealthy locs. Number six loc mistake you should avoid is not separating your locs after washing, regardless of the size of loc that you have. As soon as you finish washing your loc and drying, make sure that you separate your locs one by one. See, I have fallen victim of this, and it is quite annoying. Your locs are going to be marrying together, they're going to be merging, some will mat eventually, and if you do it quite often, then you are likely to lose some of your locks, especially if you are carrying Microlocs. Number 7 lock mistake to avoid is styling your lock too tightly too often. Like you're always styling your lock, leaving it in style for so long, the root of your lock could thin and break and will cause a lot of discomfort to your scalp, which is quite painful. It is painful, I know that for sure. All right, number 8 lock mistake you should avoid is to wear lock accessory too early into the loc journey. Like 2 months into your loc journey, 3 months into your loc journey, try to avoid wearing lock accessory, especially the heavy one or the big sizes, because if you wear it too early and you keep it in your lock for too long, the space where the loc jewelry is could remain soft and not lock like the other part of the lock that is not covered with jewelry, and it could also cause a kind of dent along the length of your lock, making the shape to look funny, especially if you are carrying a big size locks. All right, it's not as if you shouldn't use lock jewelries, but don't use it too early and don't keep it in for far too long. Okay, number 9 mistake that you should avoid is for you to sleep without covering your locks. If you sleep without covering your locks, you're going to attract so much lint into your hair. Along the loc journey, it is somehow difficult for you to not attract lint, but if you go out of your way to avoid it, then the lint that will be attracted to your locks will be quite minimal. And not covering your locks before you go to bed while you're sleeping could cause a lot of frizz. All right, because by the time the locks start to rub against one another, then it will freeze up, and it's something that happens gradually. By the time you notice, it would have gone a long way. Number 10 mistake that you should avoid is that if you retwist your locks in different direction each time you retwist. What I mean is that, let's assume you retwist your lock in a clockwise direction this time around, and the next time you are retwisting your locks, you're doing it in anti-clockwise direction. And if this happens quite often, then your lock is going to form a kind of ripple that is usually known as butterfly locks. And if butterfly locks is not what you are after, you're not going to like the way your locks will appear eventually. All right, so guys, that is what I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to like, to subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell to get notified when I upload more videos on locks. Bye. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.